50 years ago, a great white shark swam into our nightmares, and pop culture was never the same.
There is a creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil and gave him jaws. Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
From the best-selling novel, Jaws, rated PG, maybe too intense for younger children.
I'm Vincent, your salty storyteller of cinema, and this is Coffin Talk. Today we're diving deep into the bloody legacy of Jaws, the 1975 monster movie that changed Hollywood, summer, and sharks forever.
Just hearing that music gives me trust issues with pools.
As it should, dear boy. Let's sink our teeth into the making, the madness, and the merch of Jaws. Steven Spielberg was just 27 when he tackled this beast, his second feature film after Sugarland Express. The source material? Peter Benchley's best-selling novel that made millions afraid to dip their toes into salt water. Production was hellish, shot on the open ocean instead of a tank. Against studio advice, everything that could go wrong did. Cameras were damaged, boats drifted off course, and the script was constantly being rewritten, often on the boat. Spielberg later called it his personal Vietnam.
And the shark?
Ah yes, Bruce, named after Spielberg's lawyer, the mechanical menace sank, broke down, and refused to behave. As a result, the shark was barely shown, and that turned out to be a genius move, a stroke of luck, if you will. Less shark meant more suspense. Paired that with John Williams' iconic two-note score, and terror was born. Before Jaws, summer was the graveyard of movie releases. Studios dumped films there to die quietly. But Universal did something bold. They marketed Jaws on TV with trailers that aired nationwide. Unheard of in 1975. They gave it a wide release across hundreds of screens simultaneously. It became the first true summer blockbuster, grossing over $470 million worldwide. It stayed number one at the box office for 14 weeks and was the first film to pass $100 million domestically. It also set the stage for event films like Star Wars, Jurassic Park, and The Dark Knight.
We owe our Marvel movie summers to a shark?
Indeed, the monster that created modern movie marketing. The dynamic between Brody, Hooper, and Quint made the film more than a monster flick. Roy Scheider brought grounded fear, Richard Dreyfuss added charm and skepticism, and Robert Shaw's Quint pure grizzled intensity. Behind-the-scenes tensions flared. Shaw and Dreyfuss clashed famously. Spielberg had to balance egos while rewriting dialogue on the fly, but their chemistry gave us unforgettable scenes, especially the chilling monologue about the USS Indianapolis.
Shark comes the nearest man, that man he starts pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes the shark go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go.
That speech still gives me goosebumps.
It was partially improvised and delivered with such weight that it transformed the movie from thrilling to haunting. Later admitted he'd fear he'd never work again. Daily setbacks nearly sank the production. Literally, one day the Orca began to sink with the actors and cameras on board. Local sailors, tides, the weather turned filming into a logistical nightmare. They even had to deal with the Coast Guard warning nearby boats that filming was happening so people wouldn't report shark attacks.
I don't know if that's a good thing, Uncle Vincent.
Oh, exactly, Jodie. After the film's success, the marketing frenzy began. Jaws became a brand you could buy. 3, 2, 1. Jaws became a brand. You could buy Jaws beach towel, jigsaw puzzle, coloring book, Viewmaster reels, and yes, even a lunch. Wait, could you buy a lunchbox, Jodie? I'm sure you could buy a Jaws lunchbox. It was the first time a horror-adjacent film leaned hard into mainstream merchandise. That strategy became the blueprint for how every major movie franchise now sells itself.
Even the shark got action figures, or a game at least. Though honestly, who wants to cuddle with a killer fish?
Apparently millions of kids and some brave bathtub adventurers. Let's talk John Williams. His score is instantly recognizable and terrifying. 2 notes, that's it. It mimics a predator drawing closer. Dun, dun. Williams himself joked that Spielberg laughed at it the first time he played it. Then he realized it was perfect. The music became the shark. Spielberg even said half the film's suspense is owed to that score.
I can't hear it without scanning the pool for fins.
Jaws did more than make a splash. It changed our relationship with the ocean. It led to widespread fear of sharks and, unfortunately, real-world shark culling. But it also sparked marine conservation efforts and awareness. Cinematically, it's a masterclass in suspense. Spielberg's restraint, the editing, the camera work, all still studied today. Every modern creature feature, the Meg, Crawl, Deep Blue Sea, or debt to the fin that started it all. Because when horror is grounded in fear, mystery, and masterful craft, it never truly fades.
And it still holds up a half a century later.
So, here's to 50 years of Jaws, a monster movie made with malfunctions, madness, and mastery. It made us all scared of the ocean. It changed how movies are made, and it reminded us all that sometimes the real terror is beneath the surface.
And sometimes it's just off screen, waiting in the deep.
Until next time, my deep sea dwellers, stay spooky and stay out of the water. Dun, 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 dun. I'll get you, Jodie.